Hey, what's up, guys? It's George, and in this video here, I want to share with you guys a story, a real story about something that just happened tonight. Really interesting situation that unfolded, and the reason why I want to share it is because really, I feel it really shares a powerful example and situation about the power and saying no, and how sometimes we have to be the bad guy, but by making the right decision and taking right action and doing what is right and staying true to our values and what is right for our life, by staying true to the path, how in the end things do end up typically working out in our favor, and quite often inspire others as well to level up as well. So I just got back from jujitsu, and I've been training there for years. And I got a lot of really good friends there. And when you've been beating each other up for years, you start to become good friends with each other. And so one of my friends, we were doing drills together and everything. And he goes out to his car and he comes back in and he handed me this mason jar full of this like green gel. And this full mason jar full of this green gel. And I kind of thought I knew what it was, but wasn't sure. And so he had this smile on his face, and I was like, what's this? And he's like, this is pure THC coconut oil, made straight. I make it straight at my house. He's like, in my Instapot. He's like, best ever. He's like, I make it perfect. He's like, one tablespoon, and you're feeling freaking amazing. He's like, best high ever. And he's like, hey man, Merry Christmas. He's like, my gift to you, and enjoy yourself. Hope you have a good, happy holiday season. And everybody else around is seeing this as well. I mean, he's handing me this like right in front of everybody. And so I'm thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna have to be the the bad guy that reject his Christmas gift in front of everybody, right here. And so at first I'm thinking in my head like, hey, maybe I should just take this and just throw it in the trash at home or something so I don't hurt his feelings, or maybe I should just, maybe I could re-gift it to somebody or something. But then we always, like I said, we always have these two kind of voices in our head. But then I've been strengthening that voice, the better voice, the voice of reason for so long that the voice of righteousness comes up and says, no, George, we got to do what's right. You don't want this in your house. You don't want this temptation. You don't want it in your house, and all of a sudden you get caught up in a moment of weakness or something like that, and you don't want to give it to anybody else and contribute to maybe a problem that they're having with it. So just, as hard as it is, say no. It's okay to be the bad guy. And so as tough as it was, in front of everybody, I just say, hey, and I try to do as nice as possible. Hey, my brother, I thank you so much. I really, truly appreciate the gesture and everything. But, I just can't accept this. I don't get high anymore. And, because he knows that I used to, and, used to be partying and everything. And so I don't get high anymore. And I've told him this before. Like, he told him this plenty of times, but, he always comes to class high. And so I guess he just didn't remember the times that I've told him and everything, which is all good. And he looked kind of like offended, and everybody else was seeing this as well. And I get it. It's probably kind of like, whoa, getting like rejected in front of everybody. I wasn't trying to, be rude or everything, but I just had to do what was right for me in my life. And so he's like, what's wrong with this? And I said, he's like, what do you mean? What's wrong with this? And I said, oh, nothing. I'm just, it's just not for me anymore. My life's really improved since I put that stuff down. And hey, I know it really helps a lot of people, but it's just not for me. But I really truly appreciate the gesture. Thank you so much. And I could tell he was just like offended by it. That it was like, even though I was trying to be nice about it, it's like, hey, this is just this. Hey, look, there's nothing on you. This is just me. But a lot of times when we say no and we do what's right for us, it's kind of like holding a mirror up to other people, and it can make them feel guilty, even though we're not, harming anybody. It's just, hey, we're just doing what's right for us. But a lot of times, again, we can be like a mirror to other people, and it can all of a sudden kind of unconsciously make them feel like guilty about their own choices and the way that they're living their life. And so he was like, well, I don't see what's wrong with doing this. I mean, this just makes me productive and motivated, but whatever. And I was just like, and I felt bad because, like I said, one of my friends and everything. And so I said, when I got a chance, and I talked to him a little more, and I said, hey, look, again, nothing, look, I really, truly appreciate that. I know that's, a whole jar full of, THC coconut oil. It's great value. I don't know how much money it was worth, but good amount. And, and so I said, I really, truly appreciate that. It means a lot. But, I said, I just, and I explained to him, I said, look, I know how I am, and, I'm the type of person, if I get that, I'm gonna want to do it all day, every day. That's just how I am. Since I've put down getting high, my life has improved significantly, and I know it's helpful for a lot of people and they like it. But for me, once I put that down, as hard as it was to put that stuff down, I said my life improved tremendously, and I just and it's nothing personal. Really, truly appreciate that. I said, but I'm just really trying to just stay hard and staying on this path, and I was just saying this when it was just me one on one with him, and. And so because I wanted him to understand where I was coming from, and shared him about my personal situation, the story, and everything. And so after class, all of a sudden, he comes up to me and he says, George, he said, I just want to say, he's like, I was thinking about what we were talking about and everything, and he's like, you've got me inspired. He's like, and I think you're right. And he's like, you know what? He's like, I'm gonna put it down as well. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, you inspired me. And he's like, and you're right. And he's a dad, and he's a great guy. I mean, he's great guy, he's fit and everything. And he's like, and I said, well, that's, hey man, hey, that's, surprised to hear that, but that's awesome. I'm glad that I inspired you like that. And I said, hey, we got New Year's coming right around the corner. I said, maybe you could make that like a New Year's resolution or something, commit to. And he's like, I'm not even gonna wait till New Year's. He's like, I'm gonna start, tomorrow. He's like, I'm just gonna go tomorrow. And I was like, awesome. I was like, hey man, that's great. I'm real glad to hear that, and I'm honored that I inspired you. And and if you need anyone to talk to about this, hey, call me anytime. I'm here for you. I'm glad to, I know how hard it can be to, to separate from that love with Mary Jane. So I'm here for you if you need someone to talk to about it. And afterwards, I was just thinking about it, reflecting on it, and I was like, wow, that was such an interesting situation, and how the whole situation unfolded. And I wanted to share that because I know a lot of times for many people, that can be very hard in saying no to those types of situations. And this can come up in many different ways, and we say no, when we say no to other people and different things like that, it's like I said, sometimes people can take it personal, and it's like, well, what do you mean you don't want to eat this? Your grandma or family, they cooked you this food that you're trying to stay clean. Your dad, hey, I really appreciate it, or I don't eat dairy anymore, or whatever you're trying to do. And it's like, and people can take it personal, offensive, and but we got to do what's right for us, and we have to, even if that means being the bad guy sometimes. And because the thing is, how you live your life, and how other people respond to them, how the other people react to the way that you live your life, that's on them. You're not responsible for other people's emotions and how they react to to the way that you live your life. You're responsible for the way that you live your life, and you got to do what's right for you, even if that means sometimes appearing as the bad guy to other people, because you don't want to, hey, what do you mean you're not going to have this drink with me? What do you mean you're not going to smoke with me? What do you mean you're not going to eat this junk food with me? We always eat here every Thursday or whatever. And all of a sudden, you're trying to do the right thing, and other people can be bothered by it. But, it's like, I remember one time one of my mentors said to me, in order, one of the keys to success in life is learning to say no to about 95% of everything that gets thrown at us in our life. Because, that's the thing. Everything is trying to take us off our path. You have this mission, you want to go here, and all of a sudden you're getting emails come in, and spam, and social media, and everything, marketing, and everything's trying to steal your attention, take you off your path. You're trying to stay, okay, new year, new me. And then all of a sudden your friends call you up, and they want to, you have this opportunity to get high, and, and you say yes to them because you don't want to offend them or upset them. And so you put your goals, your dreams, your ambitions, and the life you want to live on the bottom, and you put saying yes to them because you don't want to offend them as a priority. And that we got to make that shift, that it's okay to be selfish, it's okay to be the bad guy, that we got to do what's right for us and making our mental health a priority. And the thing is that when you do that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. The people that you will unconsciously inspire others as well. Those that are ready. Some people just decide to continue to be irritated by you wanting to improve yourself. But other people, you can be that light for them. And maybe that's all that they needed, was just one person to be strong enough to say no, and to show them that, hey, you can say no as well. That, that, hey, look, I get it. I like that stuff too. It was a great time, but my life has gotten even better since I learned to say no to that stuff. And you can be that inspiration, that light that to other people, that gives them permission to shine as well, and say, hey, you know what? Hey, if you can do it, maybe so can I. And that's the true butterfly effect, and how that's the real true way to create change in the world. You can't, everyone wants to change the macro thing, but the most powerful way to create change in the world is by the everyday decisions that you make. Every decision that you make has the potential to change your destiny. And that one moment, that one decision literally would have changed my destiny. If I could have taken it home, I very well may have taken it, started getting high, life would have completely changed. Everything would have changed. But by me saying no, I'm saying yes to the future that I'm committed to continuing building. You see that? For everything that we say yes to, we're also saying no to something else. So when you say yes, when you're trying to stay clean, you're trying to stay in your mission, your path, and all of a sudden you say yes to everybody trying to take you off your path, you're saying no to your future. You're saying no to the life that you want to create. You're saying no to making your mental health a priority. You're saying no to to your visions, to your goals, to the person that you want to become, just so that you don't hurt other people's feelings. But if you stay true to the path, you can unconsciously inspire them as well to level up, even if it's just in a minor way, even if it's not even like they completely change, even if your actions and the way you live just gets them to change just a little bit. That is the butterfly effect. And then maybe they can inspire someone else to change just a little bit, their children a little bit. And before you know it, that's how the world begins to change. So that's why I want to share this message, guys. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be a yes man. Yes man, yes woman. Have you ever seen that movie, funny movie, Jim Carrey? What happened though? He said yes to everyone and everything. And, he got pulled in every direction. And, and that's not, and that's how a lot of people live their life. They just get pulled in every direction, to get sucked into every gimmick, every scheme, and before you know it, they're so far off from the vision that they originally wanted for their life that they don't even remember what their purpose was anymore. And so, guys, you gotta exercise. I encourage you to exercise saying no more often, more frequently, so that you can say yes to your vision and yes to your path and whatever it is that is true to you. Say no, all right? Exercise saying no so that you can say yes to your future. It's okay to be the bad guy. It's okay to make your mental health a priority and doing what is right for you a priority. And as you do that, and as you make your value system and living righteously a priority, you will inspire others as well. All right, let's make it a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life. See ya.